Welcome back. And moving on to our first segment of today. Dr. Ayman Ashur, Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research, announced Egypt's progress in the Global Innovation Index 5 places during the year 2022. We are going to discuss this in more details with our guest over the phone. We have Dr. Nabil Gad, professor at the American University. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, Ms. Nasha.
So, first of all, I'd like you to tell me or to tell us more about the importance of this progress in Innovation Index 5 places.
Well, it's something, of course, to be proud of, that 5 ranks above compared to the last year is something of real significance. And we should also refer this to the very good efforts done before, whether in the last year or the years before, which led us to have this advance, the 5 ranks up. I wish we could be more and more than that, and to be on 50% of the developing countries, which Dr. Ayman, I think, His Excellency Dr. Ayman, the Minister of Higher Education, has mentioned. And we'd like not to be stable in this stage, but to be more and more for the pride we have for Egypt, since the Egyptians have the will and the road plan and the vision for a very good and better future.
Doctor, talking about the importance of the cooperation and collaboration among universities in this sector, how do you see it?
Yes, we have recently heard about something called the twinning of universities. I mean, those who are abroad, universities all over the world, who are in good cooperation with us. We exchange ideas together. We aim at having a better standard of education. We benefit from them, and for sure they benefit from us. And since the Egyptians are always having the will to advance and to progress, this is something to be considered praiseworthy effort. And the thing that I would like to add is that sincerity at work and the firmness and a very good roadmap or planning will help a lot for a better future for the higher education.
Talking also about the facilities provided to the students, I'm talking about the bank knowledge and how it will facilitate more in searching and finding all the information they are looking for.
For sure, the bank knowledge or even the net, I really admire my students when they say, Doctor, we have Googled it. They use the word Google as a verb, as you know. Anyhow, so this is actually a path, a new path, which was not available in the past. Gone are the days when people try to find books in different traditional libraries to get what they need. Now it's just with a click of a button or a touch of a button. They get to the Google and all the knowledge needed, whether from the knowledge bank or the Google or the internet in general, and the exchange. You know that there are thousands and maybe 100,000 of books are in the net, and this helps the researchers to find what they seek to achieve and what they want to add to their researches, which are well appreciated by their supervisors and those who give them the encouragement and push forward.
Doctor, how can we work more and encourage our students to work and to move into the scientific research, motivating them and helping that one day they can publish in a prestigious journal?
Well, I think the first factor is the continuous encouragement, and to tell them a very good lesson that they shouldn't give up at the failure of the first trial. We remember Thomas Alva Edison, who invented lots of things that we enjoy in our life nowadays. He had about hundreds of experiments that failed. However, he didn't give up. So let us advise them not to give up. And let us always be continuously encouraging them, motivating them. And this encouragement may not be only a word of mouth, which is, of course, psychologically accepted. However, if it is giving them even appreciation certificates, giving them financial rewards, and focusing the media on their achievements, this will raise their morale and make them in very high spirit to be continuing and advancing, developing and progressing more and more, because we can see young boys or girls at less than 10 years of age, and they are promising future inventors or having creative ideas. So this encouragement since the beginning of their life should lead us to a very good path and fruitful results in the near future.
Talking about all the new projects in Egypt, and actually President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi gave his directives taking much care and attention when it comes to encouraging innovation, entrepreneurship, and emerging companies in Egypt.
Yes, of course, this encouragement from the political leadership is a must. And I can safely say that President Sisi doesn't spare any effort to be always encouraging these scientific researches, because we are not less than other countries, and we are maybe one of the best in the scientific researches. However, it needs actually, let me say it frankly, to have more budget, to have more support, financial support, to push forward all the projects, even the mini projects. It is for researchers, it's like food. It's the daily meal they have. And this food is to be selected to have minerals, vitamins, ions, proteins, whatever. So it's just an example, the example of the meal or the food we have. So the ingredients for research is number one, the financial support or the fund allotted to such projects. Number two, the encouragement, as I have mentioned earlier. And number three may be the honesty of and sincerity of the people who supervise these projects to have the desired results in the very near future.
Doctor, of course, all these researches one can describe these researches by students that it is something out of the box.
Yes.
We have new researches, new ideas, fresh ideas. How can we take benefit of this and take it all into consideration in order to get out or to come out with amazing results, as we say? And this is exactly what we need, always think out of the box, especially due to the challenges we are facing these days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like your term out of the box. This is something really very important nowadays. We have to lead non-traditional ways of research, of thinking. I mean, the critical thinking, the evaluation of previous results, what we call in the scientific theses, the review of literature. That means we have to look upon what others have preceded us, and then we build and add to them. In any PhD thesis or even master's thesis, usually the supervisors or the external examiners think, what's new you have already added to the previous researches? So if we have this idea of creativity and new ideas, new suggestions, new proposals for problem solving of all what we have in our world nowadays, especially the environmental crises, which we will be honored as Egyptians to host the environmental conference in Sharm el-Sheikh so soon. This actually is something that we are proud of. And people who share the ideas, of course, will come to something far much better. It's well known what we say always, two heads are better than one. So the cooperation, the collaboration with other establishments and organizations, whether locally or internationally, will for sure lead to the desired results, and we hope prosperity, not only for us but for the whole world. We are part of the world. We cannot be isolated at all. We are always part and parcel of the international community.
As we always say, it's a global village.
Sure.
So if I'm talking about what kind of cooperation do we have with Ministry of International Cooperation working on this through the international partnership as well?
Yes, the international cooperation, I have just mentioned a hint thing about the twinning of universities. And this twinning, as I said, allows us to exchange ideas, to complete each other. Maybe one idea in one place of the world could help for the whole world. And it is our plan, if we have, as I said earlier, have a good vision for the future, so we have to prepare a program and to be firm and loyal and sincere for executing all the minor details. And if we have any problem, we have to make what we call the consultation. We consult each other. You know, when a sick person is suffering from a certain disease, one physician is okay, but if there is a consulto, as we call it in local language, this consultation, of course, will lead to better results, as I have early mentioned.
Right. Dr. Nabil Gad, professor at the American University in Cairo, thank you very much for joining us. And moving on to a quick break, then we'll be back.